Hey there, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Happy to have you here. Thanks for stopping by. You're looking great today. I normally don't record videos like this, so if I seem a little bit rusty to it, that's because I am. Bear with me. I don't really have a script or anything. I'm just kind of recording this off of my brain and what I've seen and just what I want to talk about. So hopefully it makes sense. There's something that's currently swirling its way around in the topic of DBD discussions, and I've made my fair share of tweets on it. I have made my fair share of memes on it on stream and talked about it a good amount, but I haven't really put it into video form and really discussed it to a lengthy degree, so I wanted to talk about that. And before I blue ball you any further, what I'm talking about is Dowsey, who is a DBD content creator, Twitch streamer, things like that, got his Twitch shirts, his virtual Twitch shirts in Dead by Daylight, removed from his account for criticizing the devs. Now, whether or not you like Dowsey or not, whether or not you like content creators or not, it doesn't really make a difference here. I personally like Dowsey. He's a nice guy. He's always been nice to me. But even if you don't, bear with me here. I want to talk about this because it is very important in terms of the future of Dead by Daylight and where criticisms can go. Because as it stands, if you look at what Dowsey has said and what led to him getting his cosmetics removed, and by the way, this was confirmed by the support team. These cosmetics, these Twitch shirts, which are literally just virtual shirts with logos on them, were 100% confirmed to be removed because of him quoting the devs, at least paraphrasing the devs, which it's 90% of their quote.
And that's the key, right? Skilled play leads to wins. If they don't, are they really skilled plays? Right? If your skilled play doesn't get you to win, was it really a skilled play in the first place?
The point of it isn't that the cosmetics are gone. He's not upset about it. Not really anyone's upset about the shirts. If you think that the shirts are an important aspect of this, you're missing the point. It's about the principle. It's about the principle of the developers got upset that he criticized them and in turn did a form of childish revenge. I don't really know what else to call it, to be honest with you. That's all it really is. And removed the cosmetics, removed the shirts. It's really sad. And it's not like he harassed them or harassed a particular dev like it says in their support ticket where it says that it was targeted harassment. That's not what it was. That is a far stretch. If that's targeted harassment, then the same thing could have been applied to Makot with his pretty good job so far. It's in the same nature. When you say something that doesn't make sense about your game as a game developer, people are going to point at it and say, hey, that doesn't make sense. And if you get punished for that, and your cosmetics are removed because you point at something and say that doesn't make sense, and they fire back with, oh, well, we didn't like that, so we didn't like your criticism. We're going to take away some of your in-game items that we gave you. That's petty. I don't know of any other word to call it. It is pettiness to do that. It's like a child having a temper tantrum. And it's not like I believe the DBD devs are bad people. I say the DBD devs as a general aspect. I haven't met most of them, but the ones that I have met that either still work there or used to work there have always been really nice, really kind to me, and very welcoming to me. So it's not like I do this out of any ill will or I hate them or I think they're bad people. I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on over there. I don't understand how they stoop this low. It just fills me with disappointment. And frustration. I don't get it. What Dowsey said was pretty much just paraphrasing nearly word for word what one of the developers said. It was essentially a quote and a meme of that, which wasn't even harmful. It was just silly. It was a funny meme. And a lot of people criticized the devs because of this Q&A stream. A lot of people were making memes of it because, quite frankly, most people agree what they said didn't really make sense, and a lot of questions were answered, and the ones that were answered didn't make sense. So, of course, people criticized, people made fun of it, people said, hey, these things don't make sense. And yet, for some reason, Dowsey was the only person that they went after with this, which is interesting because they say in the support ticket that it was targeted harassment, which is the reason that the cosmetics got removed. But he never harassed, he never insulted, he was never mean to the devs, he never tried to single them out. If someone says something and you're quoting what they said, it's not targeting them. You're quoting what they said because they're the only person that said it. That's logical, right? I'm not crazy for looking at that. The whole situation just boggles my mind. And this is honestly a very bad omen for the future of Dead by Daylight. and the ability to criticize the game and criticize the devs and the decisions made behind it without feeling like you are walking on eggshells and feeling like at any moment, if you have Twitch shirts, or even if you're Fog Whisperer, especially if you're Fog Whisperer, my God, feeling like these things will be taken away from you at any point, or you'll never have a chance to get those things if you're working for those things. And criticism for a game is very important. Communication and feedback between developers and the community and the player base is very important, and it feels like they just keep severing that tie and cutting that. And whenever they do a Q&A, it's like they cut themselves off, because if you can't tell, the Q&As are pre-recorded and fully scripted, and the questions that are there are completely picked out by them beforehand. So whenever they go up there and 90% of the questions that are up there aren't answered, they do that on purpose. It is what I like to call false transparency. I could have a whole other video on that, so I'm not going to go too far into that. But it's just, it makes me sad. It makes me sad. I know a lot of my friends are in the Fog Whisperer program, and I feel bad for them, because it just must be a fearful place to be, because at any point, if you criticize too much, if you go too much into the negative zone and you want to say, hey, this is not right, this does not make sense, this was a bad change, what you said here was, it didn't really add up, then you could be kicked out, or stuff could be taken away from you at any point. And yes, they hold the right to do that, but at the same time, it's very petty. It's very petty, and it's not how you're supposed to interact with your community in the slightest if you want to establish a good, healthy relationship with your audience. And I've just kind of come to terms with the fact that they don't care. They don't care about the community. They don't care about the player base. They don't care about the health of the game. And it just makes me sad. I know the potential this game has. I'm very passionate about it. I've been a player for it since the beta of the game, before it even came out. And I love it to death. But it just kind of sucks seeing it mistreated, and seeing people in the community and content creators, which content creators built the game. They really did. I wasn't even around back then. So that's not even, trying to jerk myself off. That's just factual. Content creators kind of built this game from the ground up and got it to where it is today. And so it just kind of sucks seeing them slapped in the face like this. I wanted the game to grow. I still want the game to grow. God, I can only hope that the game does a 180 and that the developers do a 180 and we start getting in tune again. But unfortunately, I just don't believe that's the case. And this whole Dowsey situation, where they just stooped to that level of pettiness as a company, has kind of ruined my belief in the future of Dead by Daylight. At least in a good, healthy future. I'm sure the game's not going to die in the next year. I'm sure it's at least got 2-3 years left in it. But for me, the future of DBD is not looking very great. Hopefully I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong. Anyway, guys, sorry for the negative kind of pitch on the first kind of videos of these. I want to do a little bit more branched out, more interesting stuff. I just wanted to talk about this because it's been on my mind. It's been in my heart. And I've just wanted to do nothing but talk about it. So here I am talking about it a lot. So I finally got a video to link to. I finally got a video to redirect people to. Again, if my thoughts weren't complete, if I started to branch off into one topic and then never ended up finishing the last one, I apologize. That's just kind of how my brain works. If I had a script, maybe I could fix that. But this was all just kind of off the top of my head. So if I said something that didn't make sense or went off on a branch of conversation that didn't make sense, I apologize. Anyway, thanks for listening to my dumb self rant on and on. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care, everyone. I'll see you next time. If you want more videos like this, let me know. Bye-bye. Love you.
Finally here, performing for you. If you know the word, you can join in too. Put your hands together if you wanna clap.